Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. In this video I want to show you the long-term chart, and then we also take a look at the shorter time frame price action on the Bitcoin chart. But not much is going on, so sometimes it's just worth to zoom out a little bit, take a look at the long-term chart. Here I showed you this one before. This is the long-term log chart, starts in 2010. I had a log chart before, or a long-term chart, but I did recently rework it, update it, refine it, just because I went through it again and looked at all the Fibonacci ratios and made some recent adjustments, which I'm now very happy with. It looks better than the one before, makes more sense, also is more aligned with my expectations around what waves should reach which Fibonacci extensions and retracements. So I'm very happy with this one. I find it more reliable. The one I had before was valid, but it was not perfect based on Fib levels, and this one is. So that's my Elliott Wave count long term. Obviously disregard the timeline, and also the prices or the waves are not exactly positioned where the prices should be. It's just not possible. Just an example here, the next wave up, while this is positioned where it should be going, 150k roughly, that would be the next bull market target. I mean, I've always said around about 125 to 175k, but then you see this would be the wave 5 of circle wave 5. And circle wave 5 is already positioned around 220, and this would be off wave 3, and this is already around 300k. So what I just mean is, look, you can't put them all in one place, right? You can't have them overlap. So disregard really the prices as well. This is just a roadmap where prices should go, and we can't really say where it will go until we have the next high in place and the next swing low. Then we can calculate the target for the next high. But what I can tell you is that long term, I don't think prices of 1 million per BTC are completely out of this world. I think that is realistic, but I also need to make you understand this could take a decade to get there, and nobody has an idea what's going on in a decade in this world. So, it is not so much predictive. It's more a pathway, more an idea where things might go, and it gives you an idea where we are on the roadmap. And the most important thing is, there are a few things to know about this. For example, one explanation why the next bull market, maybe it has already started, right? For Bitcoin at least, and Ethereum. I think many people still say we're in a bear market because they're only looking at altcoins. But looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, I've always said that this rally could be choppy. And it could be choppy because one way of looking at it is that this is a wave 5. And previous bull markets were, as you can see here, a wave 3. This was a wave 3 in March 21. And we had a wave 3 here into December 2017. Those were wave 3s. There's no surprise why this was so aggressive. And people shouldn't be under an illusion. I mean, the next rally is a wave 5 most likely, okay? At least here on the log chart. And time will tell which one is correct. Because on the linear chart, it would be a third wave. And it doesn't mean it couldn't reach those targets also of a third wave on the linear chart. It can. The thing is just that by knowing that it is a fifth wave, and if, even if it's a third wave, the next one should be a fifth, it means we get into the territory now where we come to the fifth waves, which means that prices might not go as far. It might be a bit choppy. The performance is slowing down a bit. That's just normal. We know that the volatility on the crypto market, on the Bitcoin chart, is reducing. But on the other hand, it is giving us a much more stable asset. Yeah. Also because these setbacks should be more shallow, where we had, for example, here a wave 2 that was the low in March 2020. The next low should be a wave 4 again, and then a 5, and then another 4. Yeah. But these are the things to look for, knowing that the next rally or this rally here could just be a fifth wave instead of a third wave. Now on the linear chart, also here on the log chart is possible, but less likely, the next rally could be a third wave. I've marked it in yellow as an alternative wave count, that instead of having a wave 3 here all the way up into March 2021, it could also be a wave 1. Nothing wrong with it. The move down could be a wave 2 because it did come quite deep into this November or last year's November low. And the next rally could therefore be a third wave instead of a fifth wave. Does it make a difference short term? Not really. But we will be able to tell which one it is probably on the way up. Okay, so it will be interesting. Yeah, and just to show you that the rally is certainly not over on the Bitcoin chart. It can extend way higher. Now, I'm not sure if I will ever see this come to an end. But what will happen when it's at the end at some point? Well, this will be an even larger wave 1, and we will probably get a bear market in a wave 2. So it could come down crashing, but it seems like it's way out. Okay, so for now, we're focusing on the upside. There's no guarantee that the bear market low is already in. Absolutely not. If I zoom in a bit, you can see that this is the November low. And of course, this could just be something like that. It could be that this was an A wave. We're now moving into resistance here, which goes all the way up to 49.9K in a B wave. And we come down later in a C wave. Someone asked me, could you show me the bearish wave count? That this is the one where off the 2021 high, we had an A wave down instead of a completed correction. We're now rallying in a B wave. We find rejection somewhere here, and we come down in a C later, maybe to 10K. That's of course still possible, but as long as we're holding bullish support, there's no point really focusing on it other than knowing that it's possible. But then again, anything is possible. Okay, so we always have to go with what the market is telling us. At the moment, the market is, in my opinion, still quite bullish. Of course, there is a bearish perspective, and of course, it can come down to 10K. That's why we do risk management. But at the moment, the trend is up. Okay, so just be aware of that. And now I think we take a look at exactly this small element here. If I zoom in a bit, this small element we take a look at on the hourly chart. So let's go to that. That's here. No change since yesterday's video. We have a 5-wave move up into July 23. This was the 5-wave move we've been waiting for since middle of June. Now we have the 3-wave move down, so we count this as a wave 1 to the upside, and the wave 2 to the downside is already in the support area. Ideally, it would go a little lower. We have here our ABC structure in the wave 2, A wave done, B wave done, and the C wave could be unfolding now. The C wave is a 5-wave move, and it is unfolding in a messy way, indicating it is an ending diagonal. In this C wave, we have a wave 1 complete, a wave 2 complete. Should be working on our 3rd wave that could take us down round about to 28.2K roughly. Okay, then we should get a wave 4 and a wave 5. So I'm still waiting for at least one more low. You can never know if you get the last low, but I think there's no way of saying. So I'd like to have that, but there's no way to guarantee it, because instead of an ABC structure, Bitcoin could just produce a WXY, and if it's producing a WXY structure, the low could already be in, or with one more low it is in. But that's why I like to start to scale in when we enter these support areas. And Bitcoin could always rally earlier, but at the moment I just have no evidence that Bitcoin is rallying earlier. I mean, in fact, it could even be that what we've got here, this B wave top, could just sit here, and the B wave might unfold as a triangle. But let's see. I mean, it shouldn't change anything in the analysis. The focus is still down here, deeper into the yellow support area, and I see the yellow support area as a jump off point for the next rally to the upside that should lead to a breakout above 32K. But the condition is that we're holding a very important support level, which is 26,780 in this case, the 78.6 retracement. If that level breaks, then the whole setup can fail. So I'm still looking at a rally into the 40K region eventually. But the support area here needs to hold. Price action currently now is quite constructive for supporting the bullish case, because the move down is very, very corrective and very choppy, and rather supports the idea that this move down is just a correction instead of a new trend to the downside, and that we can rally in a 3rd wave later. So far, however, no change, so I think it will be a boring weekend. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.